to Dan's Pro Shop live. This is now number 3, I think. So, yous already know me if you're here. This is one of my best good buddies, Drew.
How you
He
doing?
is an avionics inspector. So, yeah.
Aircraft.
Avionics. It's the same thing. You tell me what you tell me. So, yeah, in case you guys don't know what that deal is, anytime you're on an airplane and you wonder if things are fixed correctly, it's this guy. That's what
we try and make sure it's done right every time. We make sure it's done right every time.
Yeah. So the reason yins are here, the whole point of this is that we're doing a giveaway. So if you're here, it's because you followed the up till now. So you guys know I'm hooked up with a company, LasFit, that makes fancy aftermarket LED headlights. And you've probably seen the video, because that's why you're here, is that I hooked up with LasFit this year, and they offered, hey, guy, we want to do some promotion for Black Fridays. We want to give a thank you to you and your viewers and yada, yada, yada. So they hooked me up with 4 $100 gift cards that I am now going to give to you guys. So the way I'm going to rock this, there's really no rhyme or reason to this. I figure about every 10 minutes or so, I'm going to do a random comment generator thing from that video. And to emphasize on that video, I pinned a link in the top of the live comment section here. That is the video that you need to comment in. Not this, not a short, not previous videos or whatever. It's that 1-year review, $400 giveaway video, the one that's pinned in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed to the Pro Shop and comment Dan's Pro Shop, all one word, all capital letters, in the comment section of that video. And then I'm going to do the random thing. I'll show you guys here on the tablet. When we get to that, I'll do it on the screen so you guys can see what the deal is. And then every 10 minutes, one of you is going to win a free $100 gift card, compliments at the Pro Shop and LasFit. So
nice. That's nice.
Dude, who doesn't love free stuff?
That's why I'm here drinking your beer.
Yeah, speaking of which, yeah. So, if you guys are new around here, I'm obviously an avid bike guy, and so is Drew. And we were just talking about like the potential demise of KTM, Gas, and Husky. So apparently, what was the deal? Like they over mass produced for COVID?
Something like that. They had unrealistic sales goals after the pandemic, and they're hurting. They're hurting pretty good right now.
So now they just have a crazy abundance of them built, and
yeah, I don't know if it's that or just they said they were doing a massive restructuring of the whole entire company.
So
and there was rumors of Red Bull bailing them out, but they said that was untrue.
What does Red Bull have to do with the
it's
motorcycle
like
company?
Red Bull KTM. I guess they're like a big.
I don't know.
They're together somehow.
Isn't Hayden Deegan Red Bull, or he's Monster?
I think they're Monster. I think.
The Cowboy, he's Red Bull. Plessinger.
Yes. KTM. He rides KTM. It's part of it. Yeah. He's my favorite. I like AP. I like Deegan too.
Well, Deegan's the guy that you love to hate. Yeah.
I just think he's good.
And he's like the Jeff Gordon of motocross. He's good, you can't deny it, but you hate him.
No,
he was born with the silver spoon. If you grew up as Brian Deegan's kid, how could you not be at the top of the MX circuit?
Yeah, I mean,
look at his sister. Yeah. I mean, she was just born into a race car,
right?
And now she's at the top of her circuit. It's just like if your last name's Deegan, you're going to win something,
right? Guess if your last name's Earnhardt, it's the same kind of way.
Well, yeah, I guess. Oh, Mike Miller from Butler. What's up, dude? We got some local people. I'm only, I don't know, a half hour or so away from there. Oh, well, somebody says it's hard to hear me. Is it any better? I got the microphone on, I swear. Here, let me check the volume on my end, see if it's any better. Oh, there we go. I can hear it on my side. Make sure your speakers are on. Oh. Well, I suppose, I don't know. We got a couple more minutes and we'll yank the first name. So like I've mentioned, drop down into that video, the 1-year review, $400 giveaway. I'll link it again just for giggles so you guys can see it where you are in the chat. There you go. Right under Matt Gabner from Harrisburg.
Cool.
Yeah. This guy's over here watching TikToks.
No, I'm not watching TikToks.
Right,
I'm trying.
Right.
Somebody wants to get on in the live and they don't follow Dan because they're not internet savvy. So I'm trying to.
This guy, you can't keep him in line for 20 minutes. This dude.
Trying to facilitate some more viewership here. And apparently, I'm technologically unadvanced.
Well, I'd like to think that you're somewhat technologically advanced fixing airplanes.
I know my job. I don't know how to work this phone, though. Know how to do my job.
You know, one of them kids building iPhones.
No, definitely not. I am computer illiterate.
Oh. So, what, you got the next week and a half off.
8 days, yeah.
Working at a big fancy airline company, this dude. All the perks. Didn't you say that you have like a barbecue grill in your break room?
Yeah, we have a grill and a Blackstone.
I don't know about Jen's guys.
And a hot dog roller.
I don't have a Blackstone in the break room at my job. I was speaking of my job, in case you guys are new around here, I am a mechatronics engineer. So the majority of what I get into is like the way all this stuff started is after the first round of school, I worked at a steel mill till like totally by accident. I found that job listing in the newspaper. If that tells you the timeline of that. Yeah, I was just looking through the classifieds to find a job. So I went and applied there to be a welder fitter because at the time I was a certified welder. So that was like my most sellable skill, dare I say. And they told me they were hiring for like 13 or 14 bucks an hour to start that job. So I asked the lady conducting the interview if they had any openings that were a bit more lucrative than that. So they threw me in the maintenance department and it just like exploded after that. I learned like industrial electronics and hydraulics and stuff. And then I just kind of like followed that career path and then went back to school for mechatronics engineering. And now I work for a giant robotics manufacturer, and that's what I do. I'm an automation engineer. So I fix robots, implement them, code, all this kind of crap. It's honestly, it's a lot more like wiring and electronics diagnostics more than anything because we are technically the OEM. So there's nobody to call a tech line or like a chat or, hey, this doesn't work. What do I do? It's like, you're the one that made it. So if it doesn't work, figure it out. So I got to, like, it's interesting. It's fun, but
probably frustrating at
times. It can really make you pull your hair out. I mean, look here. I'm in my mid 30s. I'm already bald. So having 2 kids doesn't help with that either, but it's an interesting / lucrative career. So if you guys are looking for like a potential career path or getting into anything, industrial maintenance is a heck of a gig. Like it pulls you into all kinds of stuff.
I tell you what, aviation maintenance technicians is a big thing right now. They're hard up for technicians.
Well, it's
good money,
mechanic,
good
anything.
benefits. Yeah.
Like we were talking right before this started, like just the word mechanic has like a stigma to it. People just assume that you're like a grease monkey changing oil, and it's just a shame, but that's just the way it is.
I know a ton of people out there working on cars, working on heavy equipment, working on airplanes, working on whatever, making 6 figures. Making a better living than a lot of people that got a 4-year bachelor's degree in basket weaving, and they have $100,000 in debt, and making coffee at the coffee shop or something.
Yeah.
Blue collar is definitely a way to go.
Mike Miller asked what mill. The name of it was Sabre Tubular Structures. They're actually based out of Alvarado, Texas, and there was a mill here in the town where I live. But unfortunately, after, I think, 4 years, they closed up shop because apparently we were the smallest entity of that corporation. And, corporate bean counters just figured out it wasn't lucrative / worth it to keep that plant alive. So I personally worked there for, I think, like 3-4 years. And they pulled the plug, laid off everybody. I think it was like 200 some odd people between 3 shifts. And it displaced a lot of people. But to their credit, they gave you the option, if you wanted to keep your job, they would move you to Alvarado, Texas. Like they would pay you, I think it was like a $10,000 moving bonus. Like rent the truck, hire movers. They would help you find a house at the place and like give you subsidies and stuff. So like they did what they could to help the people that were there, but still it was a crappy situation. I mean, like we're here in Pittsburgh. Alvarado, Texas is a long way away from here. So just uproot your life for a job. I know a lot of people do, and there's nothing wrong with it, but just
it's pretty hot down there.
Dude, is it hot? Have you ever been to Texas in August?
Yes, I have.
You walk out of the airport, it's like walking into a microwave. It's it is horrendous. It's bald is beautiful. My wife tells me that all the time. Yeah, well, unfortunately, this started in high school. I was like 17 when I noticed the lines going. So I just bit the bullet, and I've been just bare shaven since then. It's what are you gonna do? Well, hey, we're at that time for the first yank here. And let me get this thing going. Now my technology isn't working.
I figured mine out. It just took me a minute.
Let me sign in here.
Well, we do have another viewer, so it did work. It did work. I got confirmation they are watching.
All right. So what the deal here is, I'm going to that video that I've been telling you guys about, copying the link for that video, the same link that I shared with you guys. And here, it's called pickawinner.com. It's not a subscribe thing. It's not a sponsored thing. I literally went to Google and Googled like random YouTube comment picker. And this is like the first or second result. So all I do here is copy and paste the link for that video in here. I go through here. See, there's like filters that you can select. So I'll make sure that whatever comment is selected, it has this criteria. So make sure that they are subscribed to the channel and a specific keyword, Dan's Pro Shop, all caps, all one word. I continue on that, and it generates all of the potential comments that meet that criteria. So to the credit of 38 of you, out of like the 600 some comments on that video, 38 of you actually followed the rules and are subscribed and commented that particular keyword. So 4 of you 38 are getting one of these things. So now I'll hold this thing up here. Hopefully you guys can see it, not too much glare. B Gardner 119, Dan's Pro Shop. Man, I would love to have this set of these in my Silverado. Thanks for the update. Well, congratulations, B Gardner 119. You are getting a $100 gift card from Last Fit.
Nice.
So I'm going to go ahead and mark this down so I don't forget who's who. So that's number 1, because I'm definitely going to mess this up if I don't write it down. I don't know about you guys, but I'm practically dyslexic.
Yeah. It's terrible getting old. I can't remember anything. I don't even remember what I had for lunch today, you know?
So the plan, in case you guys are wondering how this is going to transpire. So like I mentioned, Last Fit gave me, well, technically I don't have them yet. So after this happens and I have your guys' stuff, like actually who won this, I got my contact at Last Fit. They are going to email me 4 codes for this $100 gift card. And then all of the winners, all 4 of you guys, I will reach out to you personally. Probably the most democratic way to do this, because YouTube is difficult with connecting between viewer and publisher. It's not as friendly as Facebook or some of the other platforms. So the comment that got you the win, I am going to respond to you on that comment. And then you guys can reach back to me through that channel. And then we can connect personally between you and I. And then I can get you your winnings. So at least that's the plan. I've done it before and it worked out well. So make sure you pay attention to the comment that you put on that video if you are one of the lucky 4, because that's how I'm going to get to you. Unfortunately, there's really not a better way to do that on YouTube. I wish that there was, but that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, it's kind of privacy or something, something to do with something, you know.
Yeah, I get it.
They don't want you stalking people, and you know.
Yeah. All right, we'll X out of that one. Oh, cool. Oh, what? Drew Pengaley. I got Burke's Career and Technology Center for Mechatronics Engineering. Nice. So we got some brothering out there.
Nice.
Bravo. That is, I'm telling you, it's a heck of a career. It's insanely lucrative. Like, my biggest thing, I've been preaching this, guys. If you guys follow me, a multimeter. This is the best darn tool that any one person can own. You understand this thing, you learn how to use this thing, its functions, you can trust it and do multiple tests. If you're good with one of these, you will have a career for the rest of your life. Like, I don't care if you work in an automotive plant or a manufacturing plant, a steel mill, out in the oil patch, or a meat packing plant, whatever. If you can fix stuff,
Especially electricity.
Dude, you will be worth your weight in gold until kingdom come. Because especially in today's world, everything's going towards electric. So yeah, if you can fix weed whackers and stuff, that's awesome. That shows your mechanical skill. But if you can understand, diagnose, and repair electronic stuff, dude, you are gold. Gold, gold, gold. I mean, name one thing in today's world that we utilize every day that isn't electronic in some way, shape, or form or another. I mean, I just put a new dishwasher in the house. I'd say probably about a year ago. So new is probably not the best term. But there was a problem with the drain valve. So I called them because it was still under warranty. The dude showed up and he's like, hey, did you hook this thing up to 4G? I'm like, what are you talking 4G? What? He's like, the Wi-Fi adapter underneath the dishwasher. Did you hook it up? I'm like, why? And God's green earth, would I have Wi-Fi on my dishwasher? He's like, oh, well, you can run it from the app. You can set timers and this and that. And I can access like the service data from my tablet here. I could have fixed it from the driveway.
It's like telematics on equipment.
Dude, but for a dishwasher, I mean, what is it? It's a 120 volt pump and a heater.
Well, I know I used to work for John Deere back in the day, and we could program machines from. I could be in the shop and I could send a program to a machine out in the field, reflash an ECU or whatever remotely.
All over Wi-Fi.
All over.
Oh, satellite.
All over the telematics network that they had. Yeah,
that's nuts. Speaking of John Deere, I'm glad you touched on that. This Right to Repair Act thing. I'm sure that you're familiar.
A little bit, yeah.
It's like started in England or something, but it's like a class action thing, pretty much, to go against like
yeah, they want the big guys to give the little guys information.
Yeah, like what you just talked about, like you flashing an ECU from the dealership, send it out to a farmer in Kansas somewhere. Like, why does the owner not have access to that stuff? And that's what kills the ability to fix in the field.
I do believe that, like, at least with John Deere, you can purchase that service advisor program. I don't know how much functionality is. I know that we had a Cummins program, and we didn't have as much access as like a Cummins technician would, but we could still access some things.
Yeah. I know that. What is it? Cummins Insight?
Yeah, Insight, I believe.
Yeah. That's a hell of
a program. There's different levels of it, yeah.
Yeah.
And service advisor might be the same way, but I know we could, being a dealership technician, I could send they called it a payload. Yeah. I could send a payload to your machine and program it. I mean, sometimes there were snafus and stuff and they didn't always work out, and they were like, unless you know exactly where that machine is and we can go find it, don't send the payload in case something happens, in case something gets lost in the cloud, we can physically go and fix it.
Matt Gabner, I'm a tech at a Subaru dealership and I hate electrical issues.
Well, learn them.
Electrical issues is one thing. Intermittent issues is the thing that'll make you jump off the bridge. It's, dude, anybody that does anything mechanical or fixing stuff, intermittent issues is the bane of your existence. Like, the customer comes in, it only does this on Tuesdays whenever it's raining and I'm backing out of the driveway to the left. How are you supposed to recreate that?
The engine light popped on in my truck the other day.
What, your new one?
Yeah. Oh. And I went and I scanned it and I said, it was an EVAP code. I said, whatever, we'll clear it and see if it came back. It's been about a month now. It hasn't come back yet.
You didn't tighten your gas cap.
It doesn't have a gas cap.
Oh.
It's nothing to tighten.
What do you feel about the new gas cap thing?
About that. It works, I guess. I mean,
if you guys remember from a couple live streams ago, I had my buddy Paul here. He used to work at a GM dealership for a long time. It was like 8 or 10 years or something. And I asked him his opinion on that flappy gas cap thing, the one that doesn't have a gas cap. It's just like a little door with an O-ring.
It's got to let dirt in. You got to get.
He said they haven't had any problems with them.
Man, I agree with him.
I don't know. I still don't like it.
You think you're driving down the road. You're on dirt roads, you're out hunting, doing whatever you're doing, up at camp, doing, you know, whatever, and getting a bunch of dirt in there. You stick your nozzle in there, you're putting dirt in there every time you fill up your gas.
Yeah.
And there's no fuel filters on anything anymore.
Oh, unless it's a diesel.
Yeah, diesel.
It's, well, honestly, number one, who can afford a diesel anymore?
Right.
And these stupid emissions that they put on these things, it's absolutely ridiculous.
That's 99% of problems with all the new diesels is caused by the emission system.
Oh, Mike Miller, Tesla is very much against the right to repair.
Yeah,
I have not touched one of those, nor do I plan to. I am way too old school to not get under the hood and replace a spark plug. You know,
yeah.
Well, here we are, 7:21. We're about 10 minutes after that one. So I reloaded this, and 3 more of you guys met the criteria. So bravo, you're catching on here. You know, in between this, we're going to do 10-minute increments. So if you haven't done
Speaking of reloading.
do it. Oh, this guy. Yeah. Beers in the fridge, cowboy. All right. So we got the same thing. Same thing popped up here, random generator. The link to that video, all the stuff in there. Pick a winner. King 300C. Bravo, King 300C. You are the number 2 winner for the Last Fit $100 gift card.
Congratulations.
Like I mentioned, I will reach out to you through this comment and give you a means to speak to me. So then we'll hook up and we'll get you hooked up. So now you guys are getting the drift here. You got at least another 10 minutes. If you're not already in the game, get in it. That link is in the comment section in that rolling live comment thing. Get in there, go to that video, drop your comment, subscribe. It's that easy. It don't cost you nothing. That's one of the beautiest things about YouTube. Like, whenever I got into this, I was super green, obviously. I mean, by no means am I a Kevin Costner now, but it's gotten
or
better.
Never will be.
Oh, well, since the Yellowstone thing, I don't know about. Yeah. If you guys watch Yellowstone, I don't need to tell you how disappointing that first episode was. The timeline's all messed up. I don't know. I'm upset about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather talk about Wade Garrett or something.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Usually doesn't work out well for me. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah. By the way, guys, feel free to drop stuff in this live stream thing. Like, there is clearly no agenda here. So we're not talking about anything
we're just shooting the breeze right now.
Yeah, this is...
We could have some topics to talk about. It might make our life easier.
Yeah, this is what we do. I mean, you guys know what it is. You sit in the garage with your buddies and drink beer. We just happen to be doing a giveaway at the same time. So, yeah, you got any questions, concerns, topics, or whatever you want to hit on, drop them in the live chat. You know, if I'm seeing it scroll through, we'll talk about it. Why not?
Yeah, this is definitely a typical Wednesday night for me and Dan and Paul and, you know.
Yeah, this is like my bud group. So we have this thing that actually worked out well. We started it by accident. So most of us are married with kids. So we got this like a friend group thing together where the guys will get together on Wednesday nights and we'll go out and get wings. The girls will stay home with the kids and, you know, they'll hang out here and do their thing and watch the kids, right? Well, the next week we switch roles. So the guys will stay home with the kids. We'll do our thing. They go out and get wings or whatever women do.
They probably go to Hobby Lobby or whatever, you know.
Drinking sangria or something. Who knows? But, I mean, it's great. You know, it gives everybody a little bit of break from the mundane home life thing. And, you know, it gives you a chance to vent to your buddies or your girlfriends or whatever. It's just nice. It breaks up the week, gives you something to look forward to. And I feel like everyone has genuinely benefited from it. So
I think the best part about the home games here is the crock pot of food that we get because it's almost better than going out for wings.
Dude, I got to tell you.
We eat very well on a Wednesday night.
I got to give it to you ladies. I mean, they not only cook for us all the time because they're just awesome, but whenever we do this Wednesday thing and they go out and get hot wings or whatever they do, they are cool enough to hook us up with dinner too.
And it's a spread.
Dude,
it's good.
It's usually like at least 1 or 2 crock pots full of different stuff, like main dishes, side dishes. And it's like whenever we started this and it was in its infancy, we would just like drive past Domino's and pick up a pizza and like eat it cold with half a case of beer. But we've really elevated this thing to an event that everybody looks forward to. So like if you're married or whatever and you're just looking for like a thing to do, dude,
Yeah,
this
get a couple of your buddies and
it worked out freaking
You know,
awesome. It was
yeah.
a total accident that this thing just started happening, and now it's like a thing that everybody looks forward to every Wednesday. It's freaking awesome. I
Yeah.
couldn't recommend it anymore. It's good stuff.
it works out well.
I'm trying to reload this thing so I keep you guys in the loop for the newest stuff. Keywords. Don't forget the keyword. Dan's Pro Shop. All one
caps.
word, all caps. I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible. The first time I did this, I feel like I didn't make the rules quite clear enough, so the comments were all over the freaking place. I felt bad. I mean, it still worked out. Like, we got a winner. The winner got his prize. It was really cool, which was actually, boy, was that that turned into a thing, because the dude that won the prize the first time I did this was in England. Like,
It probably cost you more in shipping than.
dude, like, that's the cool thing about the internet and YouTube, is like, it's worldwide. Yes, it's awesome. However, the thing that he won was a digital inspection scope. So it's like a handheld LED screen with a long camera on it, if you guys are
like
familiar.
a borescope.
Yeah, borescope, yeah. Which was fine and dandy. Cool if I was sending it to somebody in the States. But number one, this thing has a lithium-ion battery in it, so I couldn't send it through the U.S. mail. I had to send this thing through DHL, and if I wanted it to be less than 3 weeks shipping time, it was X amount of dollars. I had to put insurance on it for the value of the thing, just in case it got lost between he and I, or I and him, whatever. And there was like a hazardous charge or something because it had a battery in it. I've kind of learned my lesson. So in the event we do like a product giveaway, now I know that, like, if it's electronic, I'm probably just going to do like a voucher or a gift card or something for that item instead of the actual physical item. Because, boy, did I get royally screwed on that deal. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was cool. I was glad to do it. I'm glad that somebody got something out of it. But, man, I really got thrown a left screw there.
Might be something they don't have across the pond too.
It might be
different stuff. They have different stuff over there.
Actually, the dude, I'm still in contact with him. Like, he emails me every now and again, just like, "Hey, man, I'm still watching, like, seeing all your stuff." Like, it's cool. That is like the coolest thing about this YouTube thing, is that I get to connect with all of you guys that I never would have met or talked to in a million years. So this is just one of those really cool things that I enjoy doing. What do we got here? Fluke 302 clamp meter is currently $60 on Home Depot's website. Fluke is sold at Home Depot?
I did not know that. I knew that. I thought
they were
Lowe's
Klein.
had them.
Isn't Lowe's Klein? Didn't they
Lowe's
buy that line?
Lowe's had. They had Fluke at Lowe's, and then they actually do still have Fluke there, because I was there a couple weeks ago. So my buddy needed a set of leads. He broke his lead. It wasn't working. And I was there looking, and I looked, and they had Fluke leads and a couple Fluke meters, not like what they used to have.
No way.
But most of it was Klein, yes. I've never seen Fluke at Home Depot.
I can't say that I have either. Well, I can't say that I've really looked for Fluke at Home Depot either.
Not really. Usually, if I'm in an electrical department, I'm getting a pair of Klein pliers or something.
Yeah, for like what Snap-on is for mechanics, Klein is for electricians. It's just like,
their screwdrivers are nice.
It's a quality item, Clark.
Their pliers are really nice too.
Since we're talking about Fluke, like, if you guys are in the market for a meter, this Fluke 179.
Oh, that's a great meter.
Probably,
that's what I have.
in my opinion, the best all around. Like, if you just want a DMM that kind of does it all, but you don't want to spend $1,000 on a meter, but you still want the quality and name backing of a Fluke, the Fluke 179. This is probably my hands down favorite just multimeter. Like, it's not a clamp. I have a favorite clamp meter, but that's a different category. For just a regular DMM, dude, this thing takes the cake. I kid you not. Now, they make all kinds of crap, but it's all in your application and what you're doing. But if you just want a regular old meter that just does stuff like capacitance and amperage and voltage,
I think that was the big thing with the 79 and 179 was the capacitance, that other meters didn't have that.
Well, that's a big thing for HVACs, checking caps and all that stuff.
I bought a 79 when I was in A&P school. Going to school, I bought one.
Yeah.
And I still have it. I still use it. That's almost, 25, 30 years.
That's one of those things that never die. Like, tools and firearms, they don't lose their value. Nipex is way better than Klein. I can't disagree with you.
Yes and no.
But Nipex is right on the edge of being Snap-on. Like,
Here's
what's
the
the cheapest
thing.
set of pliers they sell is what, $60?
If it comes to, I forget what they call them, but the say like channel lock style pliers, the nip hex are awesome. If it comes to lineman pliers, I'm picking up a pair of Kleins.
I agree.
Um,
And that multi-bit screwdriver.
yeah, dikes are in between. I can go either way. I like the Klein ones. I like the nip hex ones. But lineman pliers, it's Klein all the way.
Well, is it a lineman plier or is it a 12-ounce hammer?
It's both. It's both. But
But
at the same time, it's 6 one, half the other. People like Mac tools. People like Snap-on. People like Matco. Whatever. I mean,
speaking of tools, the Icon stuff.
It's actually pretty decent. But they are copying Snap-on hard. I mean, they are.
Well, dude, they won that lawsuit about the floor jacks.
Yeah,
now they're making everything.
They're copying them hard.
Hey,
I mean,
like, I know it's Taiwan, but like, I don't know. Like, isn't there a thing that like not all Snap-on hand tools are made here anymore?
no, they're made here.
Like all of them?
Pretty much all the Snap-on ones are. Like wrenches, screwdrivers, pry bars,
still,
pliers.
like,
they're all made here.
Damped.
No, they're all made here.
The handle says USA, but
they're made here. I know from experience that they are made here in the United States.
Oh yeah, that's
even air tools are made here in the United States.
He used to be a Snap-on guy. That was a brief thing. It was what, like a year or so?
Yeah, I did almost 3
years.
years. Yeah.
So yeah, whenever the dude
they
comes
are
to
definitely
your
made
box
here.
and you didn't pay your bill, he's that guy. Oh, all right, here we are, 7:32. We are ready for round 3, and we're back up to 38. So at least a couple more of you guys got in there on the comments. So same deal. In case you're new here, random comment picker that I got off of Google, link to that video, and then the criteria. So subscription and that particular comment. So winner number 3 is James D 5415. Dan's Pro Shop. Still wondering how the oncoming glare with the LED headlights. Well, I don't know. I've never drove towards my truck oncoming. I'm sure they're bright, but you're going to find out because you just got $100 worth of last fit stuff. So that's James D 5415.
Here's the one thing I will say on that. You may need to re-aim your headlights because of the brightness, the lumens that they're putting out. You might need to aim them down a little bit so you aren't blinding people as
well.
bad.
Technically,
I know my truck has super bright LED headlights, and they do not. I never get a flashback from somebody thinking I have my high beams on.
Well,
but if I do, then I hit them with the high beams, and I'm like, "Oh Lord, the sun's out."
Technically, like both of us are state inspection mechanics. You're supposed to align the headlights during an inspection
every year.
So if you're
it never happens,
genuinely concerned about having your headlights aimed, that's supposed to be done at your annual inspection once a year, at least here in Pennsylvania.
Well, yeah. So, not everybody has annual inspections. It's weird that Rust Belt states don't have inspections. Like Ohio.
Ohio?
Yeah, they're not far from us, and they have zero inspections.
Dude, if any of you guys watching this now, or if you're from the Buckeye State, from Ohio, drop some stuff in here because, dude, I've done a good bit of driving here around the tri-state area, and some of the hands-down sketchiest crap I've ever seen in my life is on the highway in Ohio. I mean, there's state police out there, like the Highway Patrol is nuts, and for good reason. The crap I see going down the highway in Ohio. I followed a Nissan Xterra that was pulling like a two-wheel car dolly thing with I don't know, like a Honda or something on it. That dolly was connected to the rear bumper of the Xterra with a chain wrapped around the bumper. That's how the dolly was. I was like beside him just long enough to take a picture, and I had to get away from it.
I saw a trailer with the axle held in with a ratchet strap. It was like a car trailer, and the rear axle, the shackle or whatever was broken. They had it with a ratchet strap holding the axle up.
I just don't get it.
Somebody did tell me that they have spot inspections over there. So if you're driving something super shady, they can pull you over and inspect your car on the side of the road. I don't know how true that is, but
Matt Gabner, I drive a truck with people flash me all the time, even when the high beams are off. I'm an inspection mechanic, and I've never aimed headlights.
No, you did it once. You did it one time
to get your
license. Yeah. I know when I took my license, that was Oh, what did I find? I found one rotor was under spec or something, and the one headlight was out of aim.
Yeah, and the first inspection you did, it took you an hour and a half, and you got paid 3/10 for it.
Well, I mean
Yeah.
that was the one in the when I took my test. I was at the trade school,
Oh,
and
the one where they nail you for
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, where
Yeah,
they're trying to see if you're actually aiming headlights and know how to work the aimer.
yeah.
The one that sits in the corner with 3 inches of dust on it.
Everybody's shop. It's just where you put your coats or
Yeah,
set your coffee on it in the compressor room. Yeah, like they exist, but no one uses them.
right.
It's like those little plastic brake pad measuring things. That if you've been a mechanic for long enough, you can just look at a
Yeah,
brake pad and like, oh, that's 1632. Like you
yeah,
just no. If you can still see the ridges in the middle,
yeah.
it passes. I mean, it's obviously a lot of mechanics want to sell a brake job, so you might recommend it to your service
Yeah.
writer, but
I always sold them. I started about 5:30 seconds, and we're like, yeah, it's passes, but it needs them.
I'm looking up Home Depot's website to see if they sell flukes on here. It's driving me nuts now.
I'm sure they do. They sell. It's probably like you go on Google and you look up whatever you're trying to buy, whatever, and Walmart has it. Walmart has everything in the world. Walmart probably has flukes.
Oh, on their website,
Yeah,
yeah,
on
but
the
not in the
website.
store.
Yeah, definitely not in the store.
Wow. Wow. Fluke 302 digital clamp meter for $59.95. Holy crap. Is that what that one is? This is a 323. It's a little bit higher voltage. But dude, I tell you what, I'm going to link this and drop it in the chat because somebody asked me to look it up. Copy the link.
I tell you what, Home Depot has some good prices on some tools now and again.
Dude.
You get the Black Friday, you get on the Milwaukee stuff on there. They'll give you can get a killer deal on like a 1/2 inch impact with a free battery or something for a good price.
I'm a sucker for the M12 stuff.
Shipped to your house. Free money.
Oh, there's a Milwaukee DMM on here. How didn't you know they made that? $119. I think it's only 600.
Yeah,
volt,
Milwaukee's getting into a lot of stuff. I mean, they make everything nowadays.
I tell you, I used to be a DeWalt guy, but it seems like anymore DeWalt is much more so contractor and carpentry, and Milwaukee is mechanics. Even though like both of them make both, you can tell the difference.
I think the impact guns, the Milwaukee is kind of the way to go.
Yeah.
I've had zero issue with anything Milwaukee. Even yeah, my son he's a commercial electrician, and he had an issue with one of the. I think it was a 9 amp hour battery went bad, but it was under warranty, and they knew they had an issue, and I think they gave him 8 amp hour batteries or something. I don't really remember the situation, but that's the only issue I can remember ever having with Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I think I warranted one 6 amp hour battery, and that was it. You go on the website and fill out the form, mail it to them for free, and they mail it back to you for free.
yeah,
That's a pretty solid gig. I mean, dude, the Matco truck sells Milwaukee tools. So
yeah, I bought a lot of mine off the Mac guy.
Mac. Yeah, Matco is like a DeWalt knockoff,
yes,
and Mac just sells Milwaukee.
Yeah. At least our Mac guy did. I think he got them not from Mac.
Yeah.
I think he did that on his own deal, but that's where I got most of my stuff from. He took care of me though, so it's if you did have an issue, he warranted on the truck for the life of the warranty, 5 years or whatever it was.
Yeah. Assuming that you keep the same truck guy for that amount of time. Yeah. I've been
I know he has since retired.
Yeah. That's always sucks. Like you go to a new job or something, you get hooked up with a new tool guy, and like you build a relationship, and 2 years later he quits or goes to a different route, and then you got to start all over again.
Me being I was on the inside of the tool industry for a while in the tool truck, and it's like I know a lot of the tool guys because we were at meetings together and whatnot.
Did you ever go to
I deal with my tool guy.
Yeah.
And the one that comes to my work, where I work, he's like, "Hey, why don't you come by?" I deal with my guy, and that's who I'm going to stay with. He treats me good. He's awesome to me. So why would I switch?
Yeah.
I mean, just because you come to my work doesn't mean that I can't meet him on my day off.
Yeah. Yeah, and most truck guys will do that too. You call them on a Saturday or something. At least all the ones I've dealt with.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
it's their job. They want to sell.
Honestly, he's actually closer to me, and I never see the guy at work just because of my schedule. Working midnight shift and stuff. He's usually not there all the time. Or I'd miss him in passing working midnight shift. But
yeah.
Yeah, I just hook my guy up on, give him a call. Hey, where you at? I go and I meet him.
Yeah. Yeah. Joseph Sorelli commented, I put last fit on my truck based on your recommendation. I love the clarity and crisp blinds. I can't disagree. It was such an insane upgrade. Because, like, if you guys didn't see the original video, I bought a brand new 2024 Silverado, and it came with halogen headlights. Like,
Terrible.
I was so mad about that. Like, I didn't see that whenever I like test drove it. Like, I went and got it in the middle of the day, so I wasn't paying attention to it. As soon as I got that thing home, I was so through the roof mad. Like, you spend that kind of money.
Yeah,
On
you
a
go out
brand
on
new
a dark
110
night,
truck.
you're like, I can't see anything.
It's like driving a lawnmower.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, honestly, I don't know why they even put, just put a. You don't have to do the fancy,
like the whole bucket.
whole fancy, LED lights everywhere, with the halo and all that stuff. Just put an LED style bulb in it.
Mhm.
They did HIDs for a while, which were kind of problematic.
Yeah,
But-
for everything.
But the LEDs are pretty bulletproof.
Mhm.
Put them in there. I had a GM truck before this one, and I know the headlights. I replaced them like every 6 months. They would burn out.
Yeah.
And then I put last fits in, and it was good for a while, like until I traded it. But
Yeah.
yeah,
This guy traded a GM for a Ford.
oh, come on now.
I know.
We can line them up if you want.
I don't. That's not a fair test.
Yeah, it
Your
is.
truck weighs a third of what the mine
Don't
does.
matter.
Yeah, sorry, your aluminum can on wheels out
That's
there.
fine. When yours rots out in 5 years and mine's still going strong, we'll be. Not that I'm a Ford. I'm definitely not a Ford guy. I don't know.
Creature said, "Why are the Snap-on fanboys so hateful towards Harbor Freight?" Well, the people that are so hateful towards Harbor Freight are the ones that are 40 grand in debt to the Snap-on.
Yeah.
So they have to justify their debt. That's why. Like, he and I are perfect examples. He used to be a Snap-on guy. He's been a technician for 30 years. I've been a technician my whole life. I like both. I got the Icon wrenches right there, and that box is full of Snap-on.
Here's the thing: the Pittsburgh wrenches that you buy for $12.99, they're what they are. You're going to cut them and weld them in a different shape to get to build some goofy crow's foot thing that you're going to weld it to an extension or a piece of pipe and run it with a pipe wrench, or make something with it, bend it to a certain angle to get in there. The Icon stuff is actually pretty nice. In the last couple of years, they have really upped their quality.
They are getting touchy with price, though. It's almost to the point where like the regular guy ain't buying that.
Yeah, here's the thing. I mean, your Snap-on guy, he provides you a service. He comes to your shop, and not all of them are the same. It's everybody pretty much. Not everybody, but not a majority of them own their own business. It's a small business.
Mhm.
So when you buy from them, you're paying a premium, but you're getting a premium tool. You are supporting a small business, usually a one person or a dude and his wife, family business. Some guys have multiple trucks, but they provide you a service. And when you have a problem with your impact gun, if your half-inch air impact breaks, what do you do with it at Harbor Freight?
Yeah.
You send it to Snap-on, they give you a 2-year warranty. They send it out, they give you a loaner tool to use while yours is out getting fixed.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
they are getting a little ridiculous with their prices. They're very proud of their stuff.
A little bit
They
ridiculous.
are very proud of their stuff.
Snap-on's like Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
You pay for the name, unfortunately.
And, I kind of, when I was a dealer, I had a hard time justifying, they come out with these promos, and I can only sell Dan so many half-inch metric sockets. I can only sell him so many screwdriver sets. He has one at work and one here at home. He has a set of sockets here at home. Like, how,
And then eventually you just turn into a warranty guy instead of selling stuff guy.
Right. I mean, it's toolboxes. Their toolboxes are very nice, but they're expensive. Their financing, their interest rates aren't really the greatest. Kind of like Harley Davidson.
It's
like
a credit card.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they do? Like anything over 10 grand on the truck, you got to put on a card for like 20%.
No, well, just their financing is like 20%, unless you have like 900 credit score and own a shop and whatever. Then they'll give you 10%.
To jump in here, I'm going to give you guys an extra couple minutes for this last one, since this is the fourth and final at 7:50. We're going to do that. So if you have not entered, get in there and do it now. So Yeah, we're just gonna BS here for a couple extra minutes. Yins, do your thing.
I'm gonna take a pit stop. I'm gonna leave my microphone here. I'll be back.
Oh yeah. So while Drew's in the little girl's room here, we're gonna skim through the comments. Seth Kirkham says, "Who are you kidding? Ryobi's where it's at." Throwing shade, you know, the clearance aisle in the middle up there at the front of the depot. Hey, I'm not saying it's not bad. You know, it will drive a screw like anything else. But whenever you make your living off of the tools that you purchase, you tend to be a little more inclined for the quality stuff, and it doesn't. Yeah, it still hurts to buy a $300 drill just as bad as it would for anybody. But you know, at least that thing is an investment. You're getting your money back out of it. No, yeah. Oh, how's the busted wing? Well, I can do a field goal again. It's not great. I've been going to therapy twice a week for past 2-3 months. So yeah, in case you guys caught that story, it's actually a really great / depressing story. So you guys have been around here for a while. You know, we're dirt bike people around this place. So we're out here in the rural western side of Pennsylvania. So almost everybody and anybody rides, whether it be a dirt bike or a four-wheeler or whatever.
Side by side quad, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. So
we play in the woods.
Yeah, we're playing in the woods. I have a 21 Husky 300, and I was out riding with my buddy out in the woods behind his house. And there's this clearing for a pipeline with a little creek at the bottom of it. Well, we both got to the bottom of this thing. We both stopped. He took off because there was like a little lip on the other side. So I gave him plenty of leeway to get up there before I gunned it.
He didn't need your leeway.
He didn't need no leeway, but we both stopped at the bottom. Well, where I stopped, I was like high-sided in that creek, and I couldn't touch the ground with my foot, and I literally just fell over. I wasn't even moving, like barely even 1 mile an hour.
The world's dumbest wreck, and you broke, ripped all the joints off.
I hit the ground, and I kind of realized what happened. I picked my bike up, and then my buddy is now up on this little ledge, looking down at me, his jaw just hanging.
Yeah,
he's like,
"Come on, what's wrong with
you?" My collarbone was sticking like this, straight out of my shoulder, because it turns out all the ligaments that hold your shoulder blade to your collarbone, apparently there's 4 or 5 of them, and I destroyed all of them. When I hit the ground just the right way, and I'm just the right age, and I've hurt myself just enough times in my life that was the straw that broke the back. And I hit the ground, and my arm was hanging down 6 inches lower than the other one. Actually, I posted a picture, I think on YouTube and Facebook a while back whenever that happened. And dude, it looks like there's a piece of rebar sticking out of my shoulder. But thankfully, the whole thing went around pretty quick. The doc got me in 3 days later for surgery. He put me all back together. I think I was laid up for 2 weeks after surgery, and they got me in therapy now. And I'm not running any marathons or doing crazy push-ups and stuff.
You ain't doing that anyway.
I wasn't doing that anyway. Let's be honest. Why do you think
we're doing right here? This is how we work out.
This is the marathon right here.
12 ounces at a time, buddy.
12-ounce girls. Oh, well, I'm having my first shoulder surgery on January 21st. Well,
good luck. I hope it turns out well.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the severity of what you're having and what you're having done. But I mean, honestly, so my surgery, the surgery date was on September 3rd, and we are now at November 26th. So a smidge over 3 months post. And if you didn't know, you wouldn't know. Yeah, I got some nice scars on my shoulder from where they went and did their stuff, but who cares? We're men, chicks dig scars, right? The fact is that you got your usability and functionality back, and then just stick with the therapy, dude. Whatever they tell you to do, just do it. Yeah. I know it's going to suck. I know it's going to hurt. Buy a bunch of frozen peas from the dollar store and keep them handy. That's it. It's going to suck, but just push through.
I've never had surgery per se, but I've broken a bunch of bones. But a good buddy of mine had shoulder surgery twice. And he said the first time he didn't listen to the doctor and didn't do the PT as they prescribed. And he said the second time he did it exactly to the T. And he said that made the biggest difference. So yeah, do your PT. Like he said, it may suck, but
yeah, I'm convinced that PT stands for pain and torture, not physical therapy.
Well, I'm sure.
It's
especially you're right out of surgery, you're all sore and
Yeah.
no mobility, and they're pushing you to the limits.
Dude, I heard for like knee and hip surgeries, they have you walking that day,
Yeah,
like an hour after
I
surgery.
know a guy that I know. He was a skydiver, and he blew his knee out skydiving.
Mm.
Well, he went in to get surgery on his knee to fix his knee, ligaments, whatever. And he said he woke up and he was in a machine and it's flexing his leg like this. He's laying on the table and his leg's doing this number. He thought it was the weirdest thing ever, like.
Oh, torn rotator cuff, torn bicep muscle, and torn ligaments in both shoulders.
What the heck were you doing? Fighting MMA or something?
I've already had 3 back surgeries, 1 neck fusion, and 2 carpal tunnel surgeries.
I think you need to calm down, brother.
Dude,
Yeah.
Oh, what? Do you ever see that competition in England where they run down a hill after a wheel of cheese?
Yeah.
You just turn into a rag doll. That's what it's.
Yeah.
Oh, God bless you, creature.
Yeah,
man.
you need to calm down a little bit. Do a couple more 12-ounce curls and watch some.
Either that or he's had a way more fun life.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like I'm already afraid that I'm going to be in a wheelchair when I'm 50. It scares the crap.
I hurt. I'm 45 years old and I hurt every day.
Well, guys, here we are, 7:51. I gave you 20 minutes for this last one. So here we got a couple more comments. So you guys are jumping in as we're going. So in case you're new here, I'm going to give you the spiel again. That video for the 1 year $400 giveaway thing, you needed to comment Dan's Pro Shop, all caps, all one word, in the comment of that video and be subscribed to the channel. That is the criteria here. This is a random YouTube comment picker that I got off of Google. Not a subscription, not a sponsor, not nothing. It's just you Google it, you can do the same thing. So here we are, got everything loaded. Lucky winner number 4 is what is that? Nasty Namus? I don't know. But I'm going to write that down so I can get a hold of you. I don't know how to say that. Nasty Mustimus. It's a picture of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. So at least he watches good movies. But congratulations, you're lucky winner number 4. So, like I mentioned before, I will reply to this specific comment with a way that you can get in touch with me. Once ever I connect with you guys, then we'll get everything out to you. So now that we're wrapping this thing up, I will reach out to LazFit, to my contact there. They will get me the stuff, and then I will get you the stuff. That's how this works. So that was the whole deal for this entire thing. And you guys come and hang out with me for a little bit, get a chance to win some free stuff at nothing costs to you other than just hanging out for a little bit. Oh.
It's a beautiful thing. I mean, you can't go wrong.
What John Klein, congrats, Nasty Musfuizin. Yeah, that's a heck of a username. I don't know what that is, but I promise I will reach out to you.
You know what? When you reach out to him, you should probably do another video on that. Be like, hey, this dude's name meant this. Or, like, let us all know. Like,
his name's actually Todd.
Right.
Oh,
Sam.
Oh, the creature said, I'm a Gen Xer that did stupid stuff as a kid, and it's just bad genetics. God bless you, dude.
Yeah.
I really hope it comes out well for you, but do the therapy. That's all I got to say. Like, it's going to
do what they tell you to do.
And honestly, my therapist, he's like, continue your life as normal as much as possible. Like, your injury will tell you whenever you shouldn't do something, you're going too far. So, like, use your pain as a level of, hey, I probably shouldn't pick that up. Although it's not terrible. I'm glad they fixed me is the moral of the story. I'm pretty much back to normal.
Yeah, probably take a couple Advils before you go to PT so you're not like totally blown out when you're done.
I totally agree.
I've never had PT, but I have broken multiple bones.
Yeah.
So
well, hey guys, I think we're gonna wrap this thing up. We got our 4 winners. I got everybody written down so I can reach out to you. I can't thank you guys enough for joining us here today on the 3rd live view or whatever.
The channel.
On the channel.
The shop. The pro shop.
The pro shop. But like I mentioned, I think it was last time that the way I want to do this is like the live stream thing. It's cool, but like it's unscripted. I really don't have like a, I don't know.
There was zero agenda. We were sitting here before the thing. He goes, well, what do you want to talk about? Because we don't really have anything to talk about. We're just going to wing it.
Just whatever. Okay. My plan was anytime I do a live, I want to like make this a thing for you guys to anticipate. So if I do a live, assume that there is a free giveaway attached to it. So like, I want to make this like a thing. If you see a pop up or like a reel or something for a Dan's Pro Shop Live, get on the train because there's going to be something free given
I
away
mean,
in that live view.
somebody's going to get something for free.
That's,
I mean,
that's
even if it's just me getting beer for free, I'm you know,
regardless, at least my buddy's coming over and stealing beer. But hey, thank you guys to all of you that came and joined me here for this today. And thanks to Last Fit for putting this on. I mean, that's the whole point here. They wanted to give something to you through me, and I'm glad that I could be that conduit. So like I mentioned, the 4 winners, congrats to you. I will reach out to you guys personally and get you the stuff that you need to get. So happy early Thanksgiving to everybody out there. And we will
happy Thanksgiving.
We will
be safe out there.
Yeah, yeah. Don't drink and drive.
Right. Be safe out there.
Yeah.
Keep your head on, you know.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one.